Lizard.
Ctl, who is here first?
Good evening. I hope everyone is doing all right. I hope everyone is doing all right. Oh, you out there, Lion? You out there, buddy old pal? Grey Wolf's on a 3-stream streak. Aw, shit. Katie Lou is on a 60-stream streak as well. 9 more, and it'll be nice. Our cloak we'll get to eventually. We'll finish that one up later. I think what I want to focus on now is the front half and the big ters. Get our booties going. Get the pants going. I think I want to do drab. Can I make it olive? Can I make it olives? Yes. Yes, I can. Uh, I so after you left, I started rolling like crap. Hootie, love you too. You're an amazing human being. Stay awesome. Stay awesome. Everyone heard it here. I made it weird, not Hootie. Just stopping in to call me a turd nugget.
Emotional damage.
Hootie_hoot_ request a dad joke.
Bad at golf? Join the club. It's a thinking man joke there, Hootie. Thinking man. Got to join that. You cannot. I am immutable. Is that on Brush Fires? I need to join Brush for Hire's Discord. I really do. I feel like a terrible human being for not being there. I've actually not hung out with Phoenix. I've seen Feather Fire Chicken before. I know King was editing one of their videos and there was a jump scare in it and scared King. And just so you're aware, Hootie, I do have second miniatures ready in case I finish this one. I figured he's on enough of a timeout that I should probably try to do something with him. Frankenstein, how are you, friend? We're doing all right. We got our recharge. Hootie came by and said hello to me. I am so warmed and welcomed. My heart is full of joy. Excellent. Doing good, friendo. How did your cake night go last night? Ba-da-da-da. Really? May I ask why? Are you not feeling the cake night? Is he just messing with you? Ba-da-da. Mm. Hmm. Interesting. I mean, hot dogs are tasty. I just don't know if they're that tasty. I mean, it's been a while since I've had one too. The place I normally get my hot dogs from is um, out from their normal ones that they usually supply, and the new supplier ones aren't as great. So I'm like, we'll wait. My waistline will thank me. Oh, lion. Um, I was trying a couple ideas out for basing with Reaper minis. So it's using texture paste, but the underneath this texture paste is a layer of wood glue to kind of give it some oomph to build it up. So you can put the texture paste on top of it once it dries, and you're not having to weird end up with some weird cracking, right? Like her, I still got that stupid mound in there that I want to get rid of. So I might just take some wood glue and fill in just the remainder of the space. Because like the AK interactive asphalt stuff shrinks a lot. Or what I was doing on this one is kind of filled up like a bead, like a caulk bead around it, and then put some more texture paste on top of that once it dried. That way it would have something to dry against and wouldn't shrink as bad. You know what I mean? Kind of build up everything around it. That way it can either slope off, which it doesn't look too bad. When you look at like the profile of it, and it kind of feels like it's all together and extended. Because I mean, that's the thing that we deal with, or the challenges that we look at sometimes. Yeah. So I just had a bottle of like the Gorilla Wood glue, and I just slopped it around, and I tried it on this one first, and it dried up first. I was like, okay, that seems to work a little bit better. And I mean, the only problem is it takes a couple of days to do it because you got to let it. It takes a couple of hours to a day to do it because you got to let it dry. Then you got to put the texture paste on top of it and let it dry before you can prime it. Because I did the same thing with these guys, but it doesn't feel like it's depressed too much, or it doesn't feel. I mean, this isn't super great because it's not smooth and it feels like there's a lip there, but it's like, I think I'm gonna live with that lip for a little bit, just kind of give it some more texture, and then use the wood glue to fill in kind of like the gaps and smooth it out just a smidge. I'm just playing around and trying something with these guys because the one of them's going to end up being like a lot of the fey creatures are going to end up like Tutti Patootie Sunday, as you know, fun little paints. And what I can do is I can do epoxy pours on them once I'm done and get the bases to look wet because some of them look like they're underwater figures, so the epoxy will help with it as well. I like silly minis too. They're fun. However, I cannot buy anything. I have enough to paint on my shelf. I must not buy anything. Ah. Massive fails? Oh, that sucks. That is the poo poo. The no funno. The lack of friendo friends.
Patra. Spelling mistake just showed up with 4 viewers. Hope they have
Spieling.
treats.
Spieling. How are you? How was Hollow Knight? Did you become the Hollow Knight? Oh, there's a Minecraft clone. Oh, High Life? Life High? LIF something. Maybe up your alley. You beat the Hollow Knight with poop flies. Oh, the poop flies are your greatest friendo. I feel like Hightail. That's the name of it. I was watching some of Geo Bullet play it today, and I was like, this is a very much a Minecraft clone, but it seems different somehow. Yeah, we're just working on our rogue, Daschelle. We'll see where we get. We're on the rope right now, into swordies and the underbits. But if you need to raid and run, take care, Spieling. Be safe. Enjoy. I am glad that you defeated the Hollow Knight with your favorite poopy flies. Oh, really? It's Minecraft inspired. Okay. I know Geo got hooked on it a little bit. I mean, it could be fun. Well, I just saw him running around and goofing off in it today. I was like, okay. But then you rated it in. I was like, oh, yes. What about this thing? Riot was messing around too much. I can't believe that. What they try to do, make it a MOBA? I don't know. There seems to be a lot of that going around right now. I know when I was looking at Reddit a little bit earlier, the lore master for Elder Scrolls Online. Be safe. Enjoy. Be successful in whatever it is you're going to do for the day. Be awesome. And thank you for that raid. I say that, and Quantum Reveries is now playing Hightail. If you do it tomorrow night, I'll be available to harass you more frequently. If you do it tonight, I'll probably raid into you. Sans harassment. Because tomorrow night I do not stream. Tomorrow night I eat my chili. And hopefully I'll have my silicone molds to show up so I can freeze it into 1 cup sections. And I can be like all the cool people and have freezer block meals. You know, you're always welcome to write while chilling here. We are here to be a creative stream. The vibes are just right. And I'm going to change that playlist up. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I want this one. Just the one I want. Oh, really? Just you for the next few nights? What happened to the lion cub and the mama lion? Did Mama Ion find her neutron? I'm kidding. Do not watch TV. I personally only watch about. I'm currently watching Jujutsu Kaisen. That okay. Hold on. Hold on. Let me rinse my brush out. Some logistical issue and dog sitting. I feel like the dog sitting is the primary thing and logistical issues a secondary problem. And logistical issues I first read as logistical issue due to the dog sitting because the dog has like a special need, which those kinds of dogs can be a lot when you have to dog sit them. Like there's a certain amount of, am I signed up to do this correctly? When it comes to some of that stuff. But to your statement, I understand. I understand. Um, so I set myself up a stream schedule that specifically made me not able to watch TV. Now, granted, there are certain things I would be up for watching. I just don't want to watch it. So, ah, there's a lot of benefits here. I see it. I see it. Um, but for me personally, because I did not want to get stuck watching TV again or fall back into that trap, I set my stream schedule to start at like 6:30 Eastern time. So when I leave work at 4 o'clock or I log off at 4 o'clock, I have enough time to take care of something personal, do an exercise if I wanted to, go for a walk if I wanted to. And then by the time I'm done, I could have dinner and I can stream. And then I don't have enough time to watch TV. So I try to target shows that are like 30 minutes long or watching like Day 9 play Blueprints. I can turn it off and on as needed because TV is fine. I want to be busy. I want to be busy. I want to be busy. Busy tends to help me a lot better than not being busy. If I'm not busy, it can be problematic. So, painting and streaming helps me not be busy, or helps me not be not busy. Yeah, not, you know what I mean. There are 3 boxes. Meowdy there, Michael Paints Minis. Meowdy to you. That's a Garrity, right? Well, yeah. You have to do that lion because I'm pretty sure Mama Lion would like eat her eat her lion and be like, no, that's not happening. Um, the oh, we actually have people here now. I should probably do that. I can use my keyboard. Leave me alone. Also, I found out today I should probably not buy slim keyboards. Um, but the idea of always be busy is strong for me. Huh. I like how it says I'm a raider from Spelling Mistake Stream. Good job, Twitch. A bit of a blog. I mean, a blog or not a blog. It's all the same. But how you doing tonight, Michael? Go ahead and shoot, Swapped. I'm here if you got a question. That's good to hear, Michael. Evening. Tip, 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 tip. I mean, that's always a good idea. I mean, that's kind of how some of the inspiration strikes for what we want to do, right? So, I think one of the busts I want to paint this year is your Wild, the Druid, because I need to. Cool. Uh, I just picked up Blood Bowl and I got the skeleton out of the kit. I want to try to do something close to Wither skeletons because I thought it would be cool to paint. Would you base coat black and dry brush? Yes. That's kind of what I would. So, 1 second. That's the best I got for you, Swapped. So, you have an idea that you want to Get a brown going, all right? Get my red, get my black, get my red, get my brown to be a little bit darker. Right. We'll do this rope right here. So this guy was base coated in pure black. I just dry brushed white on him one night because someone had asked a question and I was trying to do the same thing. I was answering a question. So you're going to cover up a lot of the black primer where your brush can't reach with something like a green brown or a dark brown that you want to rock and roll. And then you can dry brush up. After that, and then highlight up with a trying to think of something else to paint. He's a terrible model to use. He's a terrible model to use. You have angered me, sir. Biscuit, I need to get other things ready. I have like nothing ready on this desk right now. Nothing. Oh, I meant to pop by your stream, Fox. I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you, Johnny Jeans Minis coming in with the awesome people.
Welcome in, Johnny Jean Mini. How are you doing? Yup. Yup. We do not have much green on this figure right now, but we do have a little bit of green on her pants. So her rope is another good example swapped, is that I'd started black and then it's just like a dark green brown and I've slowly been highlighting it up. I wanted green pants. All right. And I made the green myself using black and yellow. All right. I didn't use just a pure bottle. So what you can do, yep, is if you wanted to make like a skeleton pattern or get your skeleton dry brushed up from the black or dark brown. What were you working on, Johnny? I was poking in and out, but I wasn't able to see everything. You would wash over that, if that answers your question. I really need to get some skeletons primed. Holy moly. Did not realize they were out. Like, crap, I don't have anything to work with. I have nothing to work with over here, man. I'm unprepared. I usually have like one or two figures that I don't really care that much about that I could lean on, but right now I care about everything. But yeah. Buddy Johnny Jean coming in with, nothing. We're working on something that was not green. Was it Necron something? Kineptic cycle mini cycle boom boom. Yeah. So this one was dry brushed as well, just to pick out the details. Once you add the wash, it will help darken your recesses. So this is like a really early figure I was working on, and I would dry brush often at times up here in the hair and the fur to try to bring out texture. And sometimes how you tackle a dry brush matters, right? It's not just as easy as everybody makes it out to be. Mostly finished next week. That is a bold claim. Feel like every day you're streaming and I get a chance to pop in and say hello, I need to ask what that percent is for it to be done. Oh, I do have that. Hold on one second. Give me 1 second. I swapped. This is what I refer to as my dry brush palette. I have dry brushed so many different colors over it, but it was an old textured base that I was just like, well, it's now a dry base palette, a dry brush palette. Words. Just to kind of get an idea of what it's going to look like to avoid some of the streaking. Oh, that's good. That's good. Bum, ba, da, da, da. Ba, da, 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 da. Ba, 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 da, 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 da. Bum, ba, da, 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 da. But yeah, so she is I must mix all of my own colors, so I tend to go a little bit hard or more effort than what should probably be put in. But this is how one of them looked once upon a time. Be safe, good friend. You have a great stream. Thank you for that raid. And always, green is not a creative color. Ba-da. Ba-da. I don't know. So, since you're so far north, Hootie, in Florida, would you get Canadian beef? And honestly, I feel like I want to just decimate a freaking baconator. Give me a second, Hootie, and I'll explain that other one. So, I have a VPN on my tablet, and that's what I use to watch YouTube videos on when I want to watch YouTube videos. So the VPN is set for Toronto, Canada, and I get their advertisements for Canada, which can be absolutely hilarious sometimes, by the way. Um, but a Wendy's commercial popped up. And I laughed uncontrollably because it was like Canadian, all Canadian beef. I'm like, seriously? This is actually like a selling point in Canada for you going to Wendy's? Is all Canadian beef? Now, the question is, Hootie, are you door dashing this? If you're door dashing it, can you do a double order?
Someone just followed. Who is that? Swap 2K.
Welcome in, Swap 2K. Follower goal bet of 450. You got them both in like 5 minutes of your house. All right. That is like one thing I can't really ever justify doing is spending money on DoorDash sometimes. Monster Mayhem Creation, thanks you for the follow. Yes. A little bit better of a platform. But what I was saying is that I'll do it if I'm sick or if I've forgot breakfast and don't have anything to make in the pantry. The dry brushing palette tends to help. Like I'll end up dry brushing on her stone here to bring it out a little bit more, probably, when I get down there. But sometimes it's a bit of an art to dry brush, and I feel like the more I do it, the better I got. Because back in the days of early painting, I did the same thing, which was dry brush, wash, and all that.
Studio Boneless just showed up with 14 viewers. Hope they have
Boneless!
treats.
Ha! How are you doing, studio? Surprise, surprise, surprise. How are you? Adventure Built Gaming, welcome in. Spoon! How are you, my love? It's been forever since I've seen you, my friendly handle. Hootie accuses me of making things weird. I think he's a liar. World Eater Berserkers. Gotcha. Snooze. There we go. Welcome in, Flagborn. Flag on board. Flag on board. Flag on board. Flag on board. Just give it up, Painty. Give it up. Welcome in, Raider Studio Boneless. I am Painty Paint Paints. We do not believe that green is a creative color, but yet it is a necessary color for painting sometimes. It is a running joke between myself and Johnny Jeans Minis. And thank you for all the lovely follows and joining us in here in this insanity that is Monday. On Mondays, I primarily mix all my own colors, utilizing the primary colors and only the primary colors because I am trying to become a better painter. Slowly. So we do it one miniature at a time. We paint primarily fantasy here, goof off, tell jokes, make weird white guy sounds, and make Michael Paints Minis question his life choices for hanging out here. But as always, if you have any Instagram links, studio, feel free to drop them. I did whitelist that recently. Yes, Kel. Yes, it is. It is a bluey purple. It is more of a mauve than anything else. Is it a very loud and annoying blue and purple? Because it does utilize phthalo blue. Yeah. It's phthalo blue and violet mixed together. And then it highlights up. So it's going to be a Kel unfriendly cloak, unfortunately. No, you're all good. Um, I remember you'd mentioned something about phthalo blue just like being screaming loud for you. I don't know if I quite got to Prussian blue yet. Or are you talking about phthalo blue? Bum, bum. We're all caught up, meow meow. All right, meow. We do meow meow meow. Instant is dealt with. We must do hobby taxing. Did we live our lives if we didn't hobby tax correctly? Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. We do have ads coming up in about a minute. I tried to squish them back just a smidge because of all the new friends that came in. The new friendos are always so welcome. We have ads. Twitch requires them, so we will let them run. I need to get my water bottle, so I'll be right back. All right. I want a cookie. Cookies sound tasty. Carrot through there.
Catra. Lived Forest just showed up with 3 viewers. Hope they have tweets.
How are you doing? In theory. Okay. Be safe. Don't let the Nurgle spread. What kind of cookies count? When you get back, we can chat about it, Lit. Choco Pinto Butter no bakes yesterday. Ooh. That actually sounds kind of good. I've been having a lot of sweet cravings recently, and I'm like, I really don't want these, but I guess I'm stuck with them for now. Oh, and then the base has a lot of phthalo blue, so. Yeah. I understand that. I confer and concur with this theory that you deserve comfort snackies because of food poisoning. If anybody wants to say it's a bad idea, I'm going to say poo poo on them. Hi. How are you, sweetie? How was your nap? Did you sleep well? Did you rest well? Excuse me. I don't need it as well. That's why I said we'll go poo poo on them. Hi. Oh. What's up, sweetie? Huh? Oh, hi. Hi, gorgeous. How are you? You okay? Yes. Yes. Who's pretty kitty? You pretty kitty? Yes. Who's sweet? Who's my sweetie? What's up? You know what I need to do? I think I might do on Saturday night or Thursday night or Tuesday night is get a bunch of skeletons prepared to have at the ready for teaching examples and reasons why we do things sometimes in case people come in and ask us questions. Okay, you want to clean yourself? That's okay. That's okay, sweetie. I can always go back to painting. Ba-da. But a no-bake chocolate chip cookie sounds really good. What makes them? I said a no-bake chocolate chip cookie sounds really good. Um, I was just curious what makes it no-bake. Like, is it? It's obviously eggless, but um, what like what makes it like fully no-bake? Mhm. Ba-ba-da-na-na-na. What makes it no? Oh, you're okay. Here, I'll move the mic down a little bit. Oh, what makes it no-bake? Is my question. What makes it a no-bake? Hi, can I help you, sweetie? That's usually a good reason to. That's a qualifying reason why it's no bake. You don't bake. Ah, hi, Sophist. How are you? I got you. I'm picking up what you're tossing down there. And then as they dry out, or they solidify or cool, I guess you would say, is they now simplify your life. That sounds delicious, and I hope that you enjoy them. Your snackies are your snackies. I had some lentils and pumpkin seeds for my snackies. Yeah, I am doing swell. I am doing swell. I get to paint my miniatures. I get to hang out with all the cool people in chat. That's a great time. So, uh, for myself, and I made a lot of it because it's a 6-quart Dutch oven that I have to use to make said chili in on the smoker. So today, before stream, I was like, I need to order some some of those silicone molds, so I can have Lego dinners. I didn't get any snow this morning, Kel. None whatsoever. I was so sad. Um, but so I ordered some of those so I could freeze up the leftover chili that I can't eat for myself, and I can have Lego chili at a later date, whenever I want. I've heard about people freezing rice in them. I've seen that. Yeah. I have a lot of chili left over, and I know I'm not going to be able to eat it all, and I don't want to waste it. So I figured I might as well save it because I will want to eat it again later, or if it snows again, because I'm out of smoked brisket in my freezer. So this is the last batch of chili that I can technically make. Hi. What's up, sweetie? How are you? What's up? Uh, so, hi. Katra says she loves you, or Kelly says she loves you. Yes. How are you, sweetie? Mm, mm, mm. Yes. Yes. Hello. Hello. Okay. She's back to cleaning herself again. It's cold outside, isn't it? You want to tell Kelly how you broke quarantine, got outside, and immediately started saying, maybe this wasn't the greatest idea. Because it was freezing over the weekend here. It got really cold. And I'm, going in and out, putting the pork loin on the smoker, checking the chili, and she just randomly like pounced outside. I'm like, okay, I'll be back for you in a second, sweetie. So walk back outside, pick her up, and bring her back inside. She's like, maybe it's wiser to stay inside. Maybe it's wiser to stay in the sides than go outsides. Because it is the colds outside. So she meows because she wants me to open the window, right? And let her sniff outside. I do. She'll sit there for about 2 or 3 minutes and be like, you know what? On second thought, human, I may have made a slight error in my calculations. Hi. Hello, gorgeous. Okay, so we're going to be right here now. 1 second, everybody. 1 second. All right. So now we're going to be right there. A slight error. Yeah. She slightly miscommunicated with the outside, not realizing that seasons change. So. There we go. Hi. How are you? Are you off for adventure? You're off for adventure. Be safe, my love. Ba-da-da-da-ba-da-da. Yes, that is Catcher the cat. On Friday nights, she usually gets a treat, in which we will give her one of the licky treats, and she gets to num 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 num. Essentially, sophist. Exactly. Exactly. We turn the camera on and we do a very big moment. Um, there is a YouTube short. There is a short of her coming to run for the treat when I called her. Good evening, Ginga Beef. How are you? I am doing fantastic. I get to paint a miniature, get to hang out with my pals, my buddies. So I'd say it's a good day. Yeah. I mean, you feel a lot better when you see where you've been and where you can go. Tends to help. Yeah. That was 2019, 2020 when I painted that other one. So we'll just continue to have our little fun. Mm-hmm. Ba, ba, ba. needs a bigger brush too. I'm not confined to using such a small brush. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. So what you been up to, Ginga? Ginger? What you been up to? It is Daschelle, a female rogue from Reaper Miniatures, sculpted by Bobby Jackson. Chainsaw Bimbo, welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah. I paint primarily fantasy miniatures here. I'll paint a lot of Reaper miniatures, to be honest with you. This is one from, I can't remember which ReaperCon. It's been in a box waiting to be painted for a while now. I just have never gotten to it. 2019, 2020. That's where I was at. I was going through a box one day and I was like, oh, I could repaint this. So she made it out. This Paladin made it out again. So Reaper during Bones 5 or 6, I can't remember which one box this came out of, but they redid a couple of their sculpts. Welcome to the hobby. Feel free to take a load off and relax. Paint at your pace, and if you ever want to ask questions, feel free to shout. I will fail to answer your question somehow, or do an amazing job at answering your question to make you enjoy the hobby that much more. I will let you be the determining factor on that. On Monday nights, I do all of my own color mixing, just to try to help get better at making color and forcing myself to be a little bit different and think about how color will interact and act with itself on other things. On other nights, we will paint larger things, such as this fever dream of a fall archer that I've been working on. This green is going to be the death of me. Green may no longer be allowed on my palette after this figure is done. My God, it's so hard. It's so rough. God, just put it away. Put it away. Put it away. Don't look at it. It cannot hurt you if you do not look at it. This is a Fey Dragon from Reaper. Shimmer Scale is out for sale as a single unit now. Kel, you can buy this as a single piece, by the way. This is not necessarily single pigment colors, but it is something that I've been working on. And there is my to-do list. Ochre brown, smoother, orange on the backside. So one of the things that someone was asking me one night is, how do I go about it? And I answered, do it. I have learned so much just by trying to do something that it helps in the future, right? So I don't like model cleanup and assembly. I really hate model cleanup and assembly. It's up there in terms of weakness. And it's something that I have to deal with and accept, because if I want to paint the miniature, I really do need to assemble the models and do all of the things. So I tend to avoid Warhammer for the most part, and I paint primarily pre-assembled things, which, you know, sometimes does have its advantages and disadvantages. But other times it's just, you know, enjoy. What I just heard is, when I get another Chimera model to build, I'm going to send it to you. You will assemble it and I will paint it. Got it. Nailed it. First try. The painting piece starts to come a little bit easier the more you do it, because you feel more comfortable with it. Honestly. Like, the more you paint, the more natural it will start to feel over time. And as it starts to feel more natural over time, you gain a little bit more enthusiasm for painting. And it becomes something easier and easier to do. A little too much green, but no, I need to go white again. Or just go gray again. Go gray, sir. How you doing, Bimbo? I hope your New Year is looking great. Or chainsaw. Chainsaw. I did the same thing for a long time. And I was always scared of it. I am by no way, shape, or form a professional, but I can't stay in a Holiday Inn when I need to. It's more about enjoying what you can do. And I am very proud and happy about what I put out, what I paint for myself, and what I am able to accomplish. Give me a second. Let that dry for a moment. Can't This is my turtle druid that I've been playing in a game, and it's just for me. I mean, it's really nice, and I like it. It's happy. Makes me happy. I have never not painted a miniature and go, ooh, I shouldn't have done that. I think I did that on these guys. I was trying to edge highlight the cloaks and do stuff and just did not end well. Yes, Toidle. It's a Toidle. I did a lot of freehanding on this Toidle. I had to freehand that pattern on the back of the shell. It's just a lot of freehanding. Had to make circles and try to make them semi-organic looking circles for the shell. It was a lot. It was a lot. But this, I mean, I pushed myself quite hard on this figure, and it shows, and it looks good, and I'm happy with it. Baka lines up with me. Did not. I was going to paint this, but I haven't painted it yet because I kept looking at like this pattern of the spike shell. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't. I carry a few different ideas with me. After I finish that fall archer, that's plaguing the back of my mind right now. My ReaperCon entry for painting is going to be something from Chimera, and it's going to be large diorama-ish figure. Yeah. So I got into painting because of D&D. I was looking around trying to build out my little dungeon master box, and I had a hard time finding anything that I really wanted to paint, like acquire, right? Like it's really expensive to find D&D miniatures that aren't like stupid expensive that are pre-painted. You're just like, oh my god, this is so much, or it becomes so much over time. So I ended up running across Reaper miniatures in my toils of looking for figures and stuff, and picked up a Learn to Paint kit from them. Thank you for the follow. And as I picked up the Learn to Paint kit, I painted skeletons, I painted the first set of miniatures, and I have not stopped since. I painted for my D&D campaigns that I ran. I have painted for myself. And right now I'm just kind of painting for myself and enjoying. All right, I am not getting this to pop up the way I want it to pop up. There are a couple of people that do tend to come in every so often that do design their own miniatures. Hack and Slash Minis, The Lion Creative, Conwa Minis. It's never popped in here, but I know they exist. My brush is too wet. My brush is too wet for a dry brush right now. Welcome back, Ginger Beef. Welcome back. Did you get that starter replaced? It's still cold as AF outside. And I know you do something with car stereos and repairs. So I guessed. You slurking in my bay? No. No, I am not. If I was slurking in your bay, I'd be looking for work. Uh, so I'm usually live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, starting around 6:30. Uh, we'll always be painting. On Wednesdays, we'll do board game stuff. I'll be returning back to our Batasaurus Rex. I need to finish doing the panel lining on it and a little bits of detail on it. I'm good. You can keep your snow, sir. Keep your snow. Keep your snow. Do not want. Do not want. Thank you, Sophie. I usually paint varieties of different things. I will never paint the same thing twice on most nights. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do not stream, but I do always welcome and enjoy when people are painting along and hanging out. I try to be a place of creativity and enjoyment. Sometimes chaos, but mostly chaos as well. I do have a kitty that likes to hang out with me as well sometimes, but she's not anywhere near here right now. Your mustache. Yeah. That probably means we are looking to get snow this week. Which means the chili was the right call, Auntie. I made chili for myself and I may get to enjoy it all frickin' week long as something to warm me up. Yeah. For those that don't know, I'm in South America. I'm in the southern states, so getting snow here can be a pain in the arse. Mm-hmm. Texan red, too, or close to Texan red. No photos of it. You need your snow. You want that fresh powder so you can go do them sick tricks. Oh, yeah, that's right. Texas has got all kinds of problems with snow and ice. Yeah, it can crush the South. I mean, I think it's funny, but now that we're kind of work from home more frequently, it doesn't bother us as much. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Um, one point, one of our office leaders had pointed out, you're supposed to have 3 days of food in your house at all times. Oh, uh, iSophist is using the Epic Duck, one of the Epic Duck Studios emotes. That is a sculptor as well. Does all of his own 3D sculpting and ducks. Awesome bean as well. Chill bean. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I haven't heard from my parents or my brother about how it's going for them in the St. Louis area. Oh, I haven't heard from my parents how they're doing in the St. Louis area with weather. Yeah, yeah. Oh, they're fine. They're fine. It's more my brother and his nephew making sure they're all right. Oh, it's very much insane. It's very different up there. Very different. Learning all the different Midwesternisms. Six more. That's awesome, Auntie. That's awesome. I want more red in this. Went too high, too quick. I have this. I was thinking I'd have her done tonight, but I might need one more. One more stream for her before she's wrapped up. This boot is causing me to wonder what I'm doing with my life choices here. It can't make up its mind. It's confused. Very much so right now. All right. I should probably put up my raid timer. All right. Whatever, Twitch. You want to be weird? Be weird. I don't care. Raid in ads. Oh, ending. That's what I want. This one, no. I actually kind of prefer this one. Um, it's this one is from Game Envy, and it just uses standard bottle caps that you can use to for miniature holders. It actually doesn't cramp my hand at all. Feels much nicer in it. These from Redgrass Games are not as they're not as comfy, and if I'm like really gripping it, yes, it does. But these spin a little bit smoother with their caps. At one point, I went really hard in on Redgrass games. I got the game MV1 one day from Reaper. One of the Reaper cons put this in the bag. And I was like, oh, this is actually kind of nice to hold. So I tend to lean towards it a little bit more than others, simply because it's a little bit more comfortable in my hand. And if I really wanted to, I have this little thing that you can click to rest your hand on. But the first things that I ever used to hold miniatures on was just random bottles. The like any kind of like over-the-counter medicine. I use those for the very first things. I kept like all of the old like Nexium heartburn medicine stuff or allergy medicine that I would be taking. I kept that, and then just go get you a thing of blue tack. That's it. I mean, that's what most people actually do. You use for their first miniature holders is pill bottles. They make excellent miniature holders because of their size. They're essentially about the size of this cap anyway. Yeah. I still used some when I started streaming again. I still had some. When I painted the Skeletor bust, I actually used a, yeah. Yep. You can use your thumb, pop them off, and attach a different mini. You can put like some rocks or coins in the bottom, and you're good to go. Oh no, no, God, no! I bought the Redgrass game one out of a whim because I was not going through pills enough, and I was like, oh, I need to. I want this because I thought it was nice. Don't care. I use them, but I actually tend to lean this one a little bit more. Or if you go by the dollar store, they sell like those little arts and crafts blocks that you can use. You can buy a big old bag of those for like like $2, $3. Yeah, you use those. Perfectly fine. It'll be a little bit bigger, and you'll find it's going to be awkward, but you'll work with it and get around it. Yeah, or get like a random offcut from like Home Depot when you go by there. And also, congrats on bringing life into the world. Uh, really simple stuff like that works amazingly well. One thing we're really good at doing in this hobby, by the way, Kronos, is we DIY a lot of stuff. That's great. It's awesome. Um, so like wet palettes, like my very first wet palette was essentially just a paper plate and a super wet piece of that's too bright. Yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah, I would say I'm sorry to that one. That's one you go, dude, seriously? Did you not learn how this works? Yeah, that context makes all the difference. That's too bright. That's too bright. I need you to come back down. Yeah, we do a lot of that DIY. Shop towels and old container and wax paper. If you can find parchment, that works a little bit better. Um, when I go by to pick up food for my cat, I frequently stop by the dollar store and just buy bits of parchment paper from there. It's a great age. Yeah. That's what I'm using tonight. Yeah. Yeah, covers to magazines, make dry palettes. This is parchment paper on the wet palette. I stopped using palette paper. Oh God, I'm convinced it truly is. Um, I bought up a bunch of these, and I go back and forth quite frequently from it, just because sometimes I want to use this, but I have to cut up so much of it, and it's like, I don't like it. But the Publix parchment paper has been working well because I just don't want to like go through. It's only paint. You can undo it. You can always repaint it. Trust me, you are going to overpaint a lot of stuff and go, oh, you don't have to. So like Ginger and Antifreeze were saying is that if you get something like this is a base that I used to have a miniature on that just fell off, and I was just like, well, it's now my dry brush palette. So what I'll do is you can get a makeup sponge. Do not take your wife's good one. Get your gray out. Dab it off a little bit. And then, on the like dry brush palette itself or whatever you use to wipe off paint, you can get an idea of what it's going to look like and how it's going to cover. And then when you get your figure and you go to dry brush it, you'll get an idea of what's going to happen. Because if you go just straight from the, like, why can I not get this white to behave the way I want it to? Thank you. Okay. It's super loaded. And it gets really heavy really quick. That's not what you want. Keep going until you can barely see it coming off. And then when you dry brush your model, it'll pop up really quick. And overbrushing has its uses too. There's a lot of ways to pretend, be like, yes, 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 that's what I planned. I just paint over it. Yeah, just paint over it. If you have to strip a mini because you messed it up that bad, toss it in some 90% of isopropyl or LA is totally awesome. Yeah. So, I mean, he was there. Hold on. Crap. Let me hit that snooze really quick. There. So this guy doesn't have anything on him, and I know he's got a lot of texture. If you get like a really heavy white dry brush, You can pick out a lot really quick. Yeah. Oh, you're going to learn 1,000 glazes then, sir. 1,000 glazes. Yeah. There, that was the thickest paint that I own, and it's still not going to clog any details. Like, in order to clog a detail, you have to take the paint from the bottle and squirt it on the bottle. But just a little bit of dry brushing, you can pick out a lot of individual details. And you can paint. So you can use the dry brushing to create the go by for your highlights. If you do it right. It's like you'd pick out all of those white bits as being your highest highs. Yeah. You're starting out with the same thing that we all started out with. Whatever random thing we bought. Yeah. You're all good. We all fail so we can all learn together. And then what do we do tomorrow? We try again. Yeah, I don't really like her boot. But I have to go to bed because I have to go to work in the morning. But I don't like her boot. But I have to go to work in the morning. So I have to stop. I have to put it down. I have to put it down. But we made a lot of progress on her. I think once I get the boots done, we'll move on to something else. Ginger beef, make it home safe. Please and thank you. I'll keep it real. We need to find our raid target, and we're going to go see our buddy Chimera. More than likely. Or actually, we're going to go see our buddy Smiling Beagle Studios. I'm going to push the start raid button. We're going to go see our buddy Smiling Beagles. I paint with him on Saturday nights from 4 to 8-ish, whatever. I know he's been having a fun time painting, and he's looking like he's working on his Uber model. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Be awesome, be safe, and enjoy tomorrow.